This is so epic. But I'm gonna say something controversial. Oh my gosh. Hey travel lovers, welcome to A Wanderlust for Life here on YouTube, the channel that shows you European gems through food and memorable experiences. Today we are in TAORMINA, Sicily, and this is such a beautiful town. We are in collaboration with Sicily Activities and here with our wonderful guide Elena, who's gonna take us on a tour of this gorgeous town, and we are adding our own twist with a food tour. So let's go see what we get into. Before we dive in and eat some goodies and check out this town, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of our videos. And now, let's go get walking. Our first stop is a must, obviously, gelato. So we are here at CIOCCOLATO e Gelato, and I was told to try the pistachio, and then we have a 7-layer chocolate. I'm gonna try the pistachio first, and this is a small, apparently. It's so creamy, like almost like avocado-like creamy. This is the 7-layer chocolate. I'm really excited about this because I am a chocolate lover. Oh man, that was really good. But I'm gonna say something controversial to myself. I think I like this pistachio better. Because it's 7 different kinds of chocolate put together, it makes a totally different experience. It's more ice cream texture than the pistachio, which is a lot more creamy. So we are going to dig into this and then learn more about TAORMINA and try some more foods. I can't wait. As we start our tour, we are here at the Gate of Catania, and it is called the Gate of Catania because it faces Catania, which I love. This is from the 800s. Like, how bizarre is that? So that was when the Arabs were here, and it was a defensive gate, but it was a welcoming gate. It was all kinds of things to them at the time, and they use the different kinds of stones here. So the black is the volcanic stone, then you have the limestone. We're gonna walk down there, down the Corso, which is the street that goes straight down, and eat more and explore more. Our next stop is the Duomo. So this is the Duomo in TAORMINA, and it's just surrounded by this beautiful square, and of course a fountain, because you can't have an Italian town without a fountain, right? Sun's out. So we made it to the square, which is the heart of any Italian town, and it's absolutely stunning. So we have this church that everybody wants to get married in. We have the middle gate, so it is the middle of the Corso, which is super cool. It used to be the end of the town many years ago, but now there's a second part of the Corso, and that is where we're going to continue down. But it's really cute because it's kind of small, the town, but it's super walkable and it's super cute. And then from here you can actually see up the fort, and you can see the castle up on top of the hill. We are on the pastry stop here in TAORMINA. So we are at PASTICCERIA ETNA, and we are starting with an almond pastry, and this is fresh out of the oven, covered in little powdered sugar. I'm really excited for this because it smells so good. It's a really nice texture. It's kind of cakey, but it's like a dense cake, but not too dense. I don't know how to explain it better than that. Think almost like a pound cake, but a little bit more like bigger crumbs. There you go. But just a little bit sweet because of the powdered sugar, but it's not too sweet at all. So if you don't have a huge sweet tooth, you'll still, I think, enjoy that. We're continuing on the pistachio flavor here, and this is a beignet, so a little bit of a French influence here, and it's like a creamed pistachio. Pistachio. At least it's pistachio in English. All right, we're gonna give it a try. This has a much like denser flavor of pistachio than the gelato that we had earlier. Super creamy, like thick whipped cream, pastry cream type thing. Very good, and if you love pistachio, you're absolutely gonna love this because the bread isn't super sweet either. So next up is a nougat. There's a bunch of different flavors. I have the orange, and it's quite firm. You can see it doesn't really give when I squish it. Okay, so it's a covered nougat. So you have the nougat in the middle with some nuts, and then it's covered with like that orange flavoring. Now we're moving on to the cannoli. I mean, you probably know what a cannoli tastes like, but what I want to point out is cannoli should be filled with ricotta cheese, like a very creamy texture, but not frosting. Heavenly. So this is going to be a very crunchy shell. Sometimes it has chocolate in the middle to keep it from getting soggy, but you want a crunchy shell, little dusting of powdered sugar usually, filled all the way through, sometimes with pistachio on the outside, sometimes with orange, like a candied orange, and sometimes with chocolate chips, which is my favorite. We have at least 2 more stops to go, so we're gonna finish this up and keep rolling. We're now here in the Greek and then Roman theater here in Taormina. The original structure is from the 6th or 7th century BC and from the Greeks, and then the Romans came and they added a bunch of stuff. So the way you know the Romans were here is the brick, because the Greeks didn't use brick, and the arches, because as we all know, the Romans and arches are BFFs. This place is so cool, and we are now here in the orchestra part, but we are headed up into the stands, and we've also learned a little bit about like the corridors here are for like the animals, and then the women were at the top, and then when the Romans took over, they added like more corridors, more seats, because they wanted to get more people in here. And normally the Romans like amphitheaters, so they like the full circle, but they didn't have enough room here, so they just settled on what the Greeks had already done. Made it to the top. How cool is this? Oh my gosh. Found another cool spot of the view of Taormina, and it's just, this is so epic. If you come to Taormina, you have to come here. It was 10 euros to get in, totally worth it. And if you have a guide like we do, they get in for free. So, one of my favorite Sicilian treats is the arancini, and specifically the ragu one. It's basically a meal in your hand, and it's as big as your hand. It's basically ragu with rice and then deep fried. At least this one is. They have different flavors, of course, but this is my favorite. We are here at CRISTINA, and that is what was recommended to us by the locals, so it's where you should go to. So this ragu has some peas in it and lots of cheese. Here we go. It's so good. Like, a lot of people don't think about rice being Italian, but this is very Sicilian for sure. Thanks to the recommendation of the Endless Adventure and locals, we are here at Bambar to have a granita, and we were told you have to get almond or pistachio, and I've had a lot of pistachio today, so we're going with almonds. I got it with cream on top, and then Sean got a combination that's also popular, which is coffee and almond granita. So you're supposed to eat it with the brioche, so we'll get that. Oh, it's warm. So brioche is kind of like a not quite sweet bread, and I'm just gonna kind of take it out and put it on there, I think. It's overflowing. All right, I'm gonna just do this. So their almond granita has bits of almond actually in it, and it's very almond forward, so you definitely know you're eating almond as opposed to other things where you're like, oh, it kind of has a hint of almond. This is just delicious. So granita maybe eaten for breakfast or a snack in the middle of the day, either is fine, but we're just enjoying it in the evening because it's pouring rain, and we figured why not. Also, you might notice the little costume change. It wasn't very hot today, so we kind of went back and showered and cooled off a lot and came back to finish the food tour for you guys, because it's hard work, but it's totally worth it. The next recommendation is direct from Sicily activity, so it's a local recommendation. It's Bottega del Formaggio. You can have a meat, cheese, and wine tasting there, and I'm sure it's gonna be amazing. We didn't quite make it there, sadly, but definitely put it on your list. And if you're wondering why I'm dressed up, it's because we are headed to a Michelin star restaurant to celebrate our belated 10-year wedding anniversary. It's a restaurant called TIMEO. I'll leave a link down below for that, and of course for Sicily activities, because they have been amazing. So thank you to them for showing us around TAORMINA. And if you like this video, please give it a like, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye guys!